welcome to build day 21. And we got our errands done. It's just a little bit after 10, almost 10:30 I think. And we've been semi-busy out here already. I got one quickie project done. Now I'll show you that here in a sec. Wanted to discuss build days. We are, like I just said, on build day 21. And I was trying to figure out how far ahead of last year are we. So I went and took a look at build day 19 and build day 20 of last year. Build day 19 last year, we got stage 1 done, the maze. And we got all the props and stuff from the storage dump out in the backyard moved out into the haunt. That's as far as we got on build day 19. Build day 20, we did the basement and our bedroom storage dump that had all the tubs and stuff and got that out in the haunt. And then I started setting up displays. This year, build day 19, or I should say also last year, by build day 19, we had picked up corn and had corn installed in the haunt. So we did have that display done. That was the only thing we had done. We didn't have the props into the corn, but we had the corn installed. And we got a Kaylee checking on Papa, seeing where Daddy is. This year, build day 19, we got the maze complete. We got the storage dump done. We had the stuff out of the basement. Plus, we already had 3 or 4 displays done. Chain hallway, graveyard, and Sue-Ann's display. The tube hallway. And the water room, for the most part, is set up, though with doing the liners, I really can't say that. But anyway, I was just figuring out day count and everything. It looks like we are about 5 days ahead of schedule, 4 or 5 days ahead of schedule of where we were last year, just with the amount of stuff that we've gotten done. So there is a really good possibility, instead of opening on the 24th, we may open a day or 2 early. So at least it's looking like that, but right now anything can happen. You never know. I could catch a cold and be laid up for a couple of days, or get hurt, or what have you. And I know I'm not planning on trying to chop my leg off like I did last year. But anyway, as far as a recap from yesterday, and you should be able to see these a little bit better, we've got Dracula and a witch here. So we can fit them in. And then the Skullabra, when it's powered up and activated, the skulls, the eyes, nose, and mouth glow, and they have fog coming out of them. The book activates, and the eye glows, and flashes, looks around, and has a saying. Obviously, we aren't into doing power yet. Over here in the Pirate, we did pretty good. Got it, for the most part, finished with its basics. Sue-Ann got in here. And, oh, there's our Katie. She was laying in here to be out of the way. She got in, got the treasure chest done, and to hide the legs, she hung netting and stuff down it. And then she did a little bit of foliage over on the table with the fountain, the rat, the planet and stuff. Treasure chest is done. The first thing I did this morning, when we got back from our errands, we went to get bird seed and Elmer's glue. And I did that. And the birds are messy this year. I purposely drizzled around the birds. So, skeletal birds are having something to eat. We got 2 more coming in to get stuff. Kaylee, can I come through? Excuse me, Kaylee. Come on, get your nubs. Get your nubs. You get it? Oh, good girl. Thank you, sweetie. After the Pirate, we got in here and got the basics up, in which this is still a work in progress. I still have a tub to go through. And then we got in here and got some of the bigger pieces in the Gypsy, along with the heads, the candelabras in the corners. You know, so you know we made progress. We got a lot of big things done yesterday. And thanks to Sue Ann for the help out here in this, because I was beating my head against a brick wall in here with this yesterday, trying to figure out where to put things or whatever. She came out and spent about an hour out here, and we were just kind of moving things all over the place, trying to figure out where things needed to go. Project today, Sue Ann is building what's called a runner. It's a piece of cloth that runs down the center of the table. She's doing that now. That was one of the things we had to go do. We went and hit Joann's fabric. Table needs to be dusted off. But anyway, I need to get the crystal ball up. I need to get the seance board up. I need to go through the tub. We need to get the trays out. The stuff that's in the tub goes either in here or over in the witch. We got to get those in. So we're going to be working on those two areas right now. And then Sue Ann's going to be out here after her sewing. She's got some bottle work and stuff to do. Once we're done Gypsy and Witch, it's going to be this nightmare. And we only have one prop to go in here, and I think two little filler pieces, you know, mishkabibble stuff that we normally don't use, that are going to be going in here this year. But what makes it a bitch are these here. These are my wired panels. I've got to go through and get them wired up, and that'll take an hour or two to do them, more than likely, and get them hooked up to power and tested. So we're going to be working on those three areas: the courtyard, the Gypsy, and the Witch. Starting with the Gypsy and the Witch. Breakfast of the day: a handful of chocolate covered mints and about 2 big slurps off Coke. That's all I've had all day. That's all you're going to have all day, because you just got too many things to do. So suck it up, kids. Wait till lunch. Let's get busy. Okay, you're getting ready to take lunch. I figure I'd give you an update. I was in here looking at the Captain, or actually at the Pirate display. Other than the electrical and fine tuning, the only thing I need to do is with that Captain, I gotta get his weapon out that he swings back and forth in his arm. I haven't done that yet. Everything else, now that the bird feeder is done, Pirate's as far as I can go. Over here, I found my broom witch. I hung it there. That way people have to brush by it. But we got some of the detail work. That tub I had to go through did have a lot of witch stuff in it. In fact, it was mainly witch. So I'm pretty much done with witch, other than fine tuning and set dressing. And Sue Ann still has a lot to do yet too. And we caught her trying to figure out how she's going to do candles. But we got the trays on, what have you. She needs to get back there in that corner to put the candles in, which means I'm going to have to move the table for her. She's going to have to wait a little bit though. And she's like, go over, that thing's going to swing back and they're going to fall right out. How much you want to bet? Let's see here. Is Ram right, or is Sue going to get off without a penalty? No penalty. Good girl.
I don't know if I can reach the other one though.
Scrying bowl, and then the heads, and then we got this done over here. And we got a book up on the bookshelf. So right now it is basically just getting the power in, the control boards. Sue Ann has a lot of detail work and stuff to do in here. And God, is she... Look at that reach! Get that damn camera off me, Ram.
Yeah, I'm about to throw a candle on.
Anyway, guys, I'm going to go get some lunch. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, Sue Ann just called dinner. It's 5:30. So I'm going to go in and get something to eat and relax a little bit. But I wanted to show you what I've gotten done and what Sue Ann's gotten done. She's been out here putting bottles out today. along with some other things. We bought some new bottles, and that one I just had to buy. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. It says Ram. Just had to get that one. Bought them at a local thrift store. But we got some other bottles and stuff in here too. And she's been putting skulls out. More bottles down there. And putting some of our ceramic skulls and stuff out. In the Pirate. Over here in the Witch, she's gotten in, got her spell trunk all done. We put a candelabra there. And we found some of the other stuff she had in with her glassware, which is the reason why I could not find it. And then she's been working over here as well since I got done with this morning. So we have had a busy day. I just finished the courtyard here as far as getting the panels all lit up and wired up. And I am working on putting Bart together when she called dinner. Bart the butler. I used Bart down at West Coast this year. I set up a display down there at West Coast Hunters Convention. Bart was not working correctly. His head would rotate and he was making a grinding, growling noise. And he wouldn't stop doing that. So I'm going to try taking a look at the connections and stuff and see if I can get him to work. If not, he'll be a static prop and we'll put him there in that corner. So, but anyway, that's about where we got to. I'm going to go in and grab dinner, and when I get done with dinner, we'll come out and we'll get Bart finished and then go for... Well, as you can see behind me, we've got the courtyard done. And this took a while to do. The biggest project was getting these all lit up. It took me several hours to go through and get them all wired up and lit. And I put a ghost there. Last year the ghost was over here, but it's one of my filler pieces. And then I have the heads here, and they were in the corner where Bart is last year, so they did get moved. And then I had a black ghoul hanging there last year. He's over in the exit hall with George, keeping George company. Note on Mr. Bart the butler. I took him. He was one of the props I took to West Coast. Tried plugging him in, and his head would swivel back and forth. The eyes would come on, and the candelabra would come on. But his head would just swivel back and forth, and he was making a very weird grinding noise. So I unplugged him, and he was just static at West Coast. Tonight, I went over and I looked at him, looked at all the connections. Everything looked okay, got him plugged in, got him all plugged together, and plugged him into power. He's working no problem. So we will have an animated prop in here. Normally, if I put a prop in here, it's usually Witchy Poo. She's already broke. She hasn't worked in years. You know, she's always been just a static prop. But this year, we're going to have an animated prop in here. I hope everything goes okay and people don't mess with him too much. You know, he's a Costco prop, and he's one of my favorites. I like the Bart the butler. What do you think of that, Bart Butler? Bart the butler. Anyway, we got him working. I just got to get power to him. But anyway, this hallway is now officially done. So I am going to get cleaned up, get the truck parked, and call it quits for the night. So hold on for your end of the day wrap up. End of the day wrap up, and I've got Kaylee with me. She's hyper tonight. So she's all over the place. We had a good day, I think. I got my end done in the Gypsy and the Witch, and as you just saw, we finished Courtyard. Sue Ann was out here most of the day. She had almost all her bottles and glassware out. almost all of it goes into the Pirate, the Gypsy, and the Wedge. There's some stuff that gets scattered through some of the other displays, but she's going to hold off on putting them out until I've gotten a little bit further along with wiring and stuff, which is coming up quick. As it stands right now, after everything we gotten done today, I've got 2 displays left to do. Spider and Clown. Tomorrow we are going to attack the Spider. Once I get done with what I need to do in the Spider, Suanna will have fun with her snakes in there. Spider is another one of those displays that's probably going to take all day long, or most of it. Clown could be an iffy one. Depends if I have a problem with either the Hammer and Clown or the Jack-in-the-Box. If either of those two give me any sort of problems when I'm putting them together, then that display can be an all-day display. The Jack-in-the-Box is the hardest one because I got to put the cage and stuff together. And it's going to be interesting this year trying to get the cage put together. But we're going to start on Spider tomorrow and see where we can get on it. So, you know, you just had what we did today and what we're doing tomorrow. Short, simple, sweet, and easy. I'm still curious about the Butler. Why wasn't it working at West Coast? I had everything plugged in just the way I have it plugged in now. Why wasn't it working at West Coast? I don't know. But anyway, guys, we'll catch you tomorrow. Stay spooky, stay toxic.